Welcome to Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft, and this is Richard. So I am going to try to express myself a little better than I did in my last video, Thou Shalt Not. Two things happen. One, I must have not properly expressed myself, because everybody, I should say most everybody, but I'm pretty sure everybody miscomprehended what I was really saying. It was, I'm sure that it was more my error than everybody's that miscomprehended, because everybody kind of assumed the same thing. I think everybody got the same thing out of that, and I could care less whether or not somebody looks at themselves and says, "Oh, I'm not fat," or I show them a picture of a family member and they're like, "Oh, what an adorable child," when, actually they're thinking, "Oh, what a dog." I don't care about that sort of thing. Those lies are entirely on them, and if they don't feel they can be honest, there's a reason for that. Maybe it's a social pressure. Maybe they just didn't want to hurt somebody's feelings, that sort of thing. Those aren't the lies that I'm talking about. The lies I'm talking about, all of us, maybe 99.9999%, but I'll say all of us, don't even know we're lying, because we've been brainwashed so badly for so many generations that we don't even know we're lying. Those are the lies I'm talking about. Now, I could use the two biggest examples, and I'm going to. So, if anybody is going to be offended because I say something not nice about their political stance or their religious beliefs, you can stop watching, or you can understand that I'm not being personal. I'm not directing this towards you. I'm not directing this towards your belief system. I'm just stating what I believe. My opinion is the problem. And that problem stems from politics and religion, for the most part. Those are the two biggies in my opinion. Social acceptance breeds lying. Desire to control others breeds lying. Politics definitely breeds lying. Now, I'm not getting political, nor am I getting religious here, and I'm not bashing either one. I personally don't care what someone believes when it comes to anything, to be totally honest. I don't care what you believe. That's a personal preference, and I think go for it. It doesn't matter whether I believe it or I don't believe it. For example, I am a libertarian, but if I had to take sides between Democrats and Republicans, I am most likely going to take the Republican side of it at this point in time, because I personally believe that the Democrats are being freaking psychos right now. There was a time in my life when I was very young, I may have seen their point. But that was back before I really knew what was going on with life, and before I had any experience with life, and before I really knew what was what. Now, I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're a Republican. I don't care if you're a Libertarian. I don't care if you're a freaking socialist. I don't care if you're a communist. I don't give a shit what you are. Honestly, I don't care. I say go for it. Be what you want to be. Enjoy it. Just don't drag the rest of our asses with you. That's all I'm saying. You're no more right than anybody else. Period. And that includes myself. I'm no more right than anybody else. So, if you want to tell yourself that your political position is correct and their political position is wrong or incorrect, you're lying to yourself. Religion. Oh. Alright, everybody knows my point of view. If you watched my channel for any length of time, and if you're new and you've actually went back through my channel and watched any of my videos, you know my position on religion. But let's state it again, because I like talking about myself. I don't really have one. I'm not religious. I don't believe in deity. I am pagan. I am a pagan agnostic deist. And to me, my interpretation of that simply means that there may or may not be a God, or many gods. It's possible. I mean, it's possible. I just don't personally think it's true. But I'm not discounting the fact that the opinion. I'm not discounting the chance that there actually may be something. Now, that's the agnostic in me. The deist in me says, okay, let's say for some reason somebody figures out some way of proving yes or no, which isn't going to happen, but let's just say it does. The deist in me says it's not God, it's not a God, it's just simply a higher form of intelligent life. It's an alien, it's something, or it, it could have, what we consider a God could have evolved on this planet and kept itself hidden or left long before we showed up. Therefore, it wouldn't be alien, it would be from this planet. But it's not a God. In my opinion, it's not a God. It's just a higher form of intelligent life that formed elsewhere. So, now, just because I'm a pagan doesn't mean that I actually believe Odin and Thor and Freya and Loki or Zeus and Apollo and Hera and Tehote, Osiris, Isis. It doesn't mean I believe those are real, because I don't. I don't think any of them are real. I personally believe that religion was created by man to control other men. That's all it was. I believe that that's a lie. And I believe that people believe it's a lie, or believe it even though it is a lie. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying when I say people, the worst possible thing that human beings can do is lie to themselves. And it's something that we do every day. And it's something that's going to be continued every day. And people will kill and people will die for their particular lie. And that's just how it is. There's been more war and death on this planet caused by somebody's freaking opinion than anything else ever. Now, I'm pretty sure the other two reasons for killing people and taking their lands and all that are women and greed. Now, I'm not saying that it's the woman's fault. I'm saying that men fight over the women. So I'm not blaming women for that. I'm blaming the guys for it because they want the woman. And I guess that could be greed too. So that's what I mean when I say, in my opinion, the worst possible thing that another human being can do is to lie, but not just to everybody else, but to themselves. We have no clue what our real history is. History is nothing more than a written down lie, or at least half-truths. It's what history is. The winners write down what they want to be the truth, and it becomes the truth. When I was in school, we were taught Christopher Columbus discovered America. Christopher Columbus didn't discover shit. He didn't discover America. I don't even know why they have a Christopher Columbus Day. To be totally honest, if you're going to have a Christopher Columbus Day, you should have a Hitler Day, because I don't see too much difference there. Christopher Columbus was a mass murderer, horrible, horrible person as far as I can tell. And no, he didn't discover shit. Shouldn't have a day. And I cannot stand that celebration. I can't. I just can't. Does anybody out there even know how the name America got started? Do you? Well, I'm going to tell you. So think about it. There was an explorer named Amerigo Vespucci. That's how America got its name. Now, he didn't discover America either, but nobody really knows who discovered America. You know, people can't even agree on how people got here. They say that they came from the land bridge. Well, I was taught that people walked across the land bridge from Russia into Alaska and down into the western part of the United States. That's what I was told. That's what I was taught, and I believed that for a long time. I no longer believe that. I think that there were more than one groups of people that got here. Maybe people did that, but I doubt it. If they came to the West Coast, they probably sailed on small boats along the coast. That's possible. They came up from South America. That's possible. The very ancient people that are now the French came across in boats along the coast and ended up in the eastern part of the United States. That's my personal belief. There is evidence to prove that. There's no evidence, there's no real evidence to prove the land bridge theory. Because if you look at the tools that these people were using, and if you compare those tools with other tools of the time period, you don't find Russian tool making ability. It was completely different tool making. Completely. But there were people in France, well, what is now France, making the exact kind of tools that ancient Americans were making at the same time. To me, that's pretty good evidence. Anyway, a couple more things. Usage of words. Now, I am not a very intelligent person, and I am definitely not very wise, because what little I think I know doesn't mean I actually know it. Words have interested me for some time now. Two particular words that I no longer use: understand and nice. I attempt to avoid those uses at all costs. I used to, when I would write stuff on, when I'd put comments down on videos, I would say very nice, that's nice, nice job, things like that. Stop doing that. Every once in a while I catch myself still saying the word or writing it, but I attempt at all costs to re-edit that and not use that word. Now, we'll go to understand for a minute. Does anybody comprehend what understand really means? Well, people who use it probably don't. The real intention behind the word understand is a manipulation and a lie. If you state that you understand, what you are saying is that you stand under the authority of whoever stated whatever you're saying you understand in the first place. Now, did that confuse you? That's why police officers ask you if you understand your rights, which they're horrible. You have the right to remain silent. Well, I tell you guys, you use it and shut up. But they ask you if you understand those rights. You say yes, then what you're saying is that you stand under the authority of what you're told. You are giving control of yourself to others. So I never understand anything, but I do comprehend things on occasion. Now, nice. The true origin of nice is not very nice. Nice does not mean initially. The intent behind the word nice does not mean what we use it as today. Now, you can say, I don't care what it used to mean, this is what it means to me. And that's fine. If you want to use the word nice, you use the word nice. I snicker every time I hear it. There are people who use it properly, in my opinion, properly. I'm going to try not to constantly say my opinion, my belief, my this. Everybody knows, and I've stated it, anything that ever comes out of my mouth is only an opinion or a belief or my point of view. I'm not stating anything as actual fact or true. But the original intent of the word nice meant that you were stupid. Do some research, look it up, it's true. That's the original intent behind the word nice. Now, I'll be honest, I picked up on Trump using the word nice, and I saw what he was doing, and I wasn't sure why he was saying nice. I thought he was just being polite and just, kind of getting jabs in on people without them knowing that he was getting jabs in. I thought that was just what he used to jab at people. Say they were idiots or morons or retarded or stupid or whatever. I thought that's what he was doing. I didn't realize until I looked it up that the true intent and meaning behind the word nice really means stupid. So, I saw him say, oh, very nice, or, oh, you're nice, I've seen him do that to people, And it made me curious, and I did a little research. Amazing what you'll find, if you look hard enough. And the true meaning and intent behind the word nice means you're stupid. So, if I ever put the word nice in a video that in the comments, most likely is an error. I didn't catch myself because I don't like using that word. Even if I mean it, I don't like using that word. So, like I said, I still catch myself doing it on occasion. It's just very difficult to get out of the practice. And that's another thing, is once you get into the practice of something, it becomes second nature, and sometimes you don't even realize you're doing it. And that's a drawback to lying to yourself, is that you do it so often that you no longer realize you're lying to yourself. And I don't mind, I guess. To some degree, I don't care if you lie to yourself. All right? I don't care. I don't care if you lie to yourself. I don't even care if you lie to me. To some degree, it doesn't really bother me. I think what I'm trying to say is, you can lie to yourself, and you can even lie to me if you want to, but don't expect me to regurgitate what you say and myself start lying, because I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. This rock, all right? You see this rock right here. All right, I don't know how much this thing weighs, 2-3 pounds. If I take this rock and nothing interferes with it, and I let go of it, what's going to happen? Right, yeah. Exactly. All right? I could do that 1 billion times, and as long as there's no force interfering with this rock, it's going to do that every time. And I know that. That is real. That is factual. That is truth. This rock's going to fall every time. That's real. That's true. That's factual. Absolutely. It'll do it every time. Every time. No matter what you believe, no matter what your truth is, you can say and believe that rock is going to stop right there. And you can believe that, but that ain't truth. That ain't real. It's going to do that every time, no matter what I want it to do. Also, yeah, I could go on for days on this. Honestly, I could talk forever on this topic, I think. And I fall into this category, absolutely. Absolutely fall in this category. I am a paranoid conspiracy theorist. I am absolutely positive that everybody is out to get me. Absolutely the government. I am absolutely sure that is absolutely happening. I believe the FBI follows me. I believe that I'm surveyed constantly. I believe that, all of the little conspiracy theories that so-called crazy people have, and all the paranoia and all, I have that, and I will not deny it whatsoever. Completely have it. And I believe that it's real. Without question, I believe that it is real. Now, whether it is, I can't say. But the difference between myself and most everybody else is that I can admit, and I can believe I know, that just because I believe it to be true doesn't mean it is. I can accept that my truths and that my facts may not be real. I can accept that. All right? I can accept that my religious or lack thereof beliefs may not be correct, or that I may actually be wrong. Without doubt, I can accept that. A lot of people can't accept that their truths, their facts, their real may not be truth, may not be fact, and may not be real. If you can't accept that, you're lying to yourself. Oh, why do we lie? Does anybody know why we do it? Honestly? So let me ask you this question, okay? I don't particularly care for holidays. I don't like them. Partially is because the way holidays are celebrated today, they're all based on pure lie. Absolutely. Yes. All of them. Halloween, Christmas, Easter, all of the major holidays are based on lies. Now, as far as the Christians go, they're going to not believe that, and that's fine. Like I said, believe what you want. I don't care. But those holidays were originally harvest festivals. They had something to do with nature. They had something to do with cultivating the earth, survival. They were all designed for giving people hope that the winter will end and that spring will show up. Spring is for rebirth and the bringing back of the seeds and the blossoming of the flowers, and they had purpose. They had purpose. And it's all been manipulated, twisted, and they're nothing more than lies now. Now, I particularly dislike Christmas. And it's really not on a religious standpoint. I don't care if you guys wanted to take Christmas and manipulate it into what you have now. Fine. Alright? Doesn't bother me in that respect. One of the biggest things about Christmas I dislike, and I have to admit I used to do, but I will not do anymore. I don't do it. I did it to my kids, but I will not do it to my grandchildren. The hugest lie about Christmas, and for you adults, you know what it is, and I don't know if there's any children watching, so I'm not outing the biggest lie of Christmas. I'm not going to out that. But you all know what it is. And I used to do it to my kids, and I didn't think that there was anything. Well, no, I take that back. I didn't like it because Michelle and I used to discuss that particular tradition of Christmas, and I expressed the fact that I didn't like doing it because I thought it was manipulative and wrong. She, like pretty much everybody else, didn't see an issue with it and thought it was part of the beloved celebration. So we did it. Now, of course, everybody knows once children grow up and realize the truth, some of them can resent people for a very long time because they lied to them forever. And there we go. How can you trust after somebody lies to you like that and you realize it, and then they don't think it's such a big deal. We're teaching our children to lie, and then once the lie is exposed, we expect them to just get over it. Same thing with, the tooth fairy. And I'm guilty of that. As a matter of fact, just a couple days ago, somebody I watch on YouTube was talking about how their daughter just lost a tooth, and I mentioned the tooth fairy. Same thing, for the most part. It's the same thing. So I'm just as guilty as anybody else when it comes to the tooth fairy. I'm not. I don't. Yeah, I can't do the Christmas thing. I don't outwardly express what I believe to be true, because that's probably going to be just as damning and problematic as lying about it. At this point, where the hell did that lie even start? And why do we continue with it? Anyway, that's one reason why I don't like doing holidays. And it's another prime example of lying and lying to ourselves.